Hello?
Oh, hi.
What's up, dude?
What's up, man?
Yo, why does the volume of my Discord sounds get reset every time? Every day?
Fucking Windows is sick, bro.
It just won't save the volume that
Yeah, that's pretty not fun for anybody. What's it put? Does it put everything up or everything down?
all the way up.
Yeah, I don't
So
know.
my
That
push to talk is just the loudest noise you've ever heard.
you can you can use some trickery and put your push to talk into a different channel on the audio meter and then always have that turned down.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I only have to turn it
What's
down
up,
once in the
Marcio? How
day,
you
so it's
doing?
okay, but it's like, why?
Yeah.
But why though? Did I tell you I achieved the infinite icy veins?
So did you? No, you didn't, because you probably did it last
Yeah,
night.
yeah,
How was it? How'd it feel?
pretty goofy, dude. Pretty goof. This Night Fae ability is actually pretty cool. Playing with it in dungeons.
Oh yeah?
Actually, you gotta think a little bit.
Oh, then I'm
It's
not
like
using that.
anybody can play Frost Mage, dude. But like maximizing it now is like, okay, you actually you gotta plan some things out, dude.
How dare they? How dare they? No, what dungeons were you doing?
I was hitting dummies, but I'm about
They
to do
said
the
in
halls of
dungeons
torment
you
right
actually have to
now.
think.
Yeah.
You got to test out that hypothesis. You can't just be saying random stuff.
All right, I tested it on dummies. Hello.
It's not the same.
That's the literally the only way to have the infinite icy veins.
Ah, well then it's not infinite.
That is on dummies.
Yeah, only dummies do that.
So if I was hitting you, it'd be infinite.
I got you first.
I'm about to get this conduit, dude, from Halls of Atonement, and then I'm gonna be blasting.
Oh, hell yeah. Wait.
Oh shit! Woo.
Oh, so I need it visible when I'm in a... Okay. I gotta fix that when I'm out of combat. If you know what I mean. Yo, so I'm testing out Zygor. I actually resubbed to that shit. And I'm also gonna test out Azeroth Autopilot.
Yeah.
And that then I can make a video after the guides to like say which leveling add-on is the best.
Mm.
And then at the end you can like cut me off and say, yeah, but I leveled faster using just the normal UI. That would be good. All right, action bars. This is 1 and 2, right? How do I do? I do vehicle UI show like that. Does that work? Why Mage? What happened to you tanking? I
What? Oh,
I'm
not
streaming.
not
Sorry,
me.
sorry. I'll mute from now on.
Thank God.
I have two people that are already tanking, and since they're already tanking, I figured this is a good chance for me to play ranged for an expansion. I've never actually played ranged full expansion. You know, I've only did like rando bosses here and there when it needed it. So it's kind of cool. Oh, I can't really talk about Ellie Shaman so much, but maybe Zax can.
No, I cannot.
No.
Nobody likes it.
Dude, Drells came in the channel yesterday. He's like, wow, Elemental feels amazing.
Yeah, I bet.
He's like, they're going to be so good in Shadowlands because they were good during the pre-patch. I was like, I don't think that correlates, but but whatever.
Some people might like it, actually. I don't know. I don't really understand them, to be honest.
The people who the people who might like it, or the class?
You know.
Maybe both.
Both.
Yeah, what's the main problem with Elemental right now? It's just like they keep breaking it, and then they can't figure out what the fuck they want it to actually be, right?
Yeah, I don't really know. It's always been weird, and then they just are keeping it weird. It had a niche before, and everybody thought it was dope. Where it was like having a bunch of flame shocks out, you get to funnel a bunch of damage, and like Elemental Shaman was like the funnel spec, and all that. And then they got rid of that, so now it doesn't really have a niche.
Yeah, that's a rip.
So I'm not sure.
It might not have a niche, but does it have a niche?
Definitely not.
Well, rip that. Yeah, so long story short, Elemental Shaman is a risky fucking pick, dude. That is a risky pick and a half. Kill Captain Ara. Ellie is fun as hell, though. I don't know about that. It might be. I literally don't know. Like, I just haven't played it, so I legit do not know if it's fun. I could probably bring Drells in.
I actually don't know about that. Oh God, did I do that? Oh.
Maybe I'll see if Raptor's up. Let me see.
Raptor.
Do you think Demonology locks will be good this expansion?
Nope.
What? Shut up. That was too fast of a no for me to trust.
It's another class they don't know what they're doing with. Like asking if survival is going to be good.
Yeah, but the difference between Ellie and Demonology is that Ellie doesn't have affliction and destruction they can go to. So there's a plus in that realm. Did I just make mana biscuits so that I can not drink mana biscuits? I think Demonology is cool with the implosion. I think fucking implosion is a sick ass ability. And I just think it's cool having all the pets up the whole time. That's actually my favorite Warlock spec out of the tree when it comes to like lore-ish. I don't even not lore, but like what how the class is like supposed to be. Why is that like your choice, Ellie or Demonology? We gotta kill some elementals. There aren't any. My main is Ret, but I'm looking for a good alt. Ret's good. I think even Zax would say that.
Probably wouldn't say good.
They're good.
We'll see.
God, what is going on? Yeah, I like Red a lot, and I think the fact that they have the fucking they have the Red aura back, that if people die, you fucking you're the bro again that does all the dams, and then you also, if you don't have a holy or a prot, you're like guaranteed to get a spot. Oh, look at that rhyme, dude. So I think holy is, or I think what's it call it, Rat is like actually pretty decent right now. Maybe not for the top 1%, but for my level, it's pretty dope. Yeah, I just started with LVUI. I usually don't have it. And I actually like it, aside from like sometimes there's like weird ass bugs with it that like the line over here is just not exactly pixel perfect. So that kind of bothers me, but what are you gonna do? All right, what do I do now? Rescue a dude. You should main Windwalker Monk. Yeah, Zax's alt is a Windwalker Monk. They might actually be decent too, especially again if you don't have Mistweaver or Brewmaster, which you're definitely probably gonna have a Brewmaster, but you get what I'm saying. Don't tell you such things. What did I say? What did I say that was wrong? Uh-oh. I made someone mad. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, I should probably do one of these, huh? Do one of these. Oh. The pixel perfection of LVUI. Yeah, exactly. I thought I was going to like the Brewmaster changes. I like how DPSy the spec feels now. Bro, I think Brewmaster is better than it was in BFA. I think it's so much fun, especially like I don't know how competitive it's gonna be, but that fucking keg smash legendary, oh my god, that shit fucking does the damn. I like it a lot. And Celestial is not, what is it called? Celestial fucking brew? Celestial brew? Whatever. I don't know. Anyways, the fucking the old guard thing is awesome. Yeah, I think Brewmaster is going to be probably the best tank at the start of Shadowlands. You mean 16? Like, that's fucking huge. That is legit huge. All right. Whoa. Have you guys used Azeroth Autopilot or Zygor? Because I'm testing them both out for a video, and I'm unsure of which one I like better. Zygor goes deeper though, like you can do like shit like the war campaign and stuff. So I do like that. I don't like any of the extra shit though, like the fucking notification thing I had to turn off, and then they had like some gear changing recommendation thing, which was just awful. I hated that. Hey, where's the bro? What's up, dude? All right. Slay 10 roughneck goons. Here we go. Rah, 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 rah. Oh, I'm definitely gonna die here. I have no item level. Oh no, I fucked them up. See you later, alligators. Windwalker isn't really in a bad spot right now, or an Athlon. Yeah, they make some good changes, I guess, to Windwalker. The problem again with Windwalker is that if you don't end up being good, you end up having to tank or heal. That's what just sucks about any of those classes like that. You know? Shouldn't be that way. Da 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 da. There's better options than Windwalker for melee DPS. Well, yeah, one of the 3 specs DPSs, like Rogue, maybe even Warrior for the 2 spec DPSs. And then Demon Hunter is always a safe choice, but Windwalker's not bad, dude. Ret, I think, is a really safe choice right now, especially if you don't have a Holy Paladin or Prop Paladin. I think Ret's going to be underrated and ridiculous. That's what I think. I don't know if there. I don't know though, because I think Demon Hunter and Ret are in the same. Sorry, Demon Hunter and Windwalker are in the same boat. Really, they kind of do the same thing, and they both have their little buffs. It's just that Demon Hunter has the immunity, right? Which makes them just better. I don't know a lot about the healing. I know that Jack was saying that Mistweavers might surprise people, but again, they have throughput and nothing else, right? They have throughput and revival, which is useful once every 30 fights. So if you end up needing that much throughput, or maybe fist weaving ends up being a thing again, but that's again, it just sucks. It's like it's almost like it's always the same story, right? It's like, oh, they're gonna be good, except you know they don't have whatever, you know. So it's like it's kind of bullshit. Like, it's hard to compete. How do you compete with Disc Priest, who has a damage reduction, crazy on-demand burst, or like, you know, even like Holy Paladin, who has damage reduction, crazy on-demand burst when you need it. Oh, certainly a weakness of Monk in general. You need one for Mystic. Yeah, so it's cool that at least you need one, right? Because if it wasn't for that, then like you would just have rogues and you would have fucking something else for every slot. But I do like that. It's just when Brewmaster's that strong, I mean, you don't really need anything else, which is kind of shit. Are these guys big boys? That's exactly. Brewmaster's just super fucking strong all the time. But let's be real, like Windwalker has a ton of mobility, and they have decent utility. They have on-demand DPS that's crazy. Their on-demand AoE is fucking crazy. So I don't think they're a bad choice. It's just like depends on what level of rating you're trying to go for, or dungeons or Mythic Plus or whatever. What am I trying to do? I gotta go this way, right? Where's my dude? Where's my dude hiding? There he is. Limit Max was saying Blood DK and Prop Heli are looking really good for raid, so you might actually take Mistweaver or Windwalker. Yeah, but the difference, so I agree that the damage of Prop Paladin is fucking wild right now. And Blood DK is just super strong and can't die, period. Because they just heal themselves, right? But the margin of error for playing a Prop Paladin is very fucking high. So when you're talking about world first raiders, then yeah, then you know they can play Prop Paladin at a maximum degree and not really have any real downsides to doing that. But Brewmasters, for most people under that world first blanket, are just a safer choice because they can't die and you can't fuck it up.
Yo.
Oh, what up, dude?
Yo. Wanna know how Ellie feels?
Yeah, some people were asking about Ellie, and me and Zach just didn't know a lot about it.
Beta or pre-patch?
I mean, all you can really talk about right now is pre-patch, right? Because beta is like, you don't have beta, I don't think.
I have beta. Yeah, I played it on both.
Oh, so what do you think?
On beta, it's good right now. I just fear that they're gonna do what they've done in the last 2 releases of the game, is that it's in a really good spot, and then you just dial back the numbers so much. Like, it was a bit too strong in beta right now. Like, they had to nerf the Kyrian Covenant for it, uh, which dialed it back a little. But numbers wise, it's looking really good. Like right now, if you like Mythic Plus, Ellie Shaman is the new Fire Mage for
Oh,
Shadowlands.
they just pump like big damn.
Like they have a very short ramp and they can just dump a huge amount of damage in. If you go like Storm Ellie, Static Shock, Stormkeeper, you can just unload a shitload of damage in a front load fashion. So they feel like the new Fire Mage right now for Mythic Plus. For Raid, I mean, I've only done pre-patch rating, so like they're still like right now they're strong because Lava Burst is really strong again.
So
Because
is that is it right now? Is it a fun play style? Like, is it something that you're like you
yeah, I
enjoy
mean,
doing?
like Elemental Blast generates Maelstrom, which is huge, so you want it in your rotation. I mean, there's a good flow in your rotation right now. You play fucking Ice Fury again. So that feels like you feel like you're generating a lot of maelstrom. Like I like when I was like raiding last night or the last couple nights on my other shaman, I felt like I wasn't casting a lot of lightning bolts. And when you're not casting a lot of lightning bolts, that's a good feeling as Ellie, because that means you're
Really?
not just like sitting around.
Because
Yeah,
you can move.
yeah. I mean, like I mean, like I said, it's all pre-patch and everything. But I mean, I was like top 3 DPS. I don't know when the Ellie's been top 3 DPS in a raid, and I don't know how long.
Since Legion.
Jesus, yeah, since
Yeah.
Frostquake.
Yeah. Casino was pretty crazy back then too.
Yeah, I didn't like Casino. I
I
like
know you weren't a
Frostquake to
fan.
me. Frostquake to me was a fucking like that was a fun playstyle.
That's cool,
But
man.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm hoping that Ellie gets a little bit of shine because they are so fucking like they just get ignored by Blizzard all the
uh,
time.
yeah.
It's
Like
so
I said,
frustrating.
I'm gonna main Rogue, but I have Ellie sort of. If it's still looking good, maybe I'll play it because like our guild, range is king always.
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah,
cool.
I
What are
mean,
you leveling first? You're gonna level the rogue first.
I think I'm leveling the rogue first. Yeah, like I
That's
said, I
cool.
am gonna literally wait and see what the final dial back numbers are because they're gonna do it. So
Is there a spec that on rogue that you're more like excited for right now?
I mean,
Obviously,
subtlety
subtlety
is
is
like,
fucking
yeah.
broken right now.
I mean,
Like
yeah. I mean,
on
it's
fucking
the
on
only it's
beta.
yeah. Like subtlety and outlaw, like assassination is pretty much like right now it's kind of garbo.
Yeah, I like right now when I'm doing dungeons, when I'm doing Mythic Plus, and there's an assassination rogue or a fucking marksman hunter, like I feel like I'm just absolutely useless in that dungeon because they're just gonna kill everything. What's
You
up,
mean
man?
subtlety, right?
That's what I meant, subtlety. Yeah,
All right, now you gotta try on all these clothes.
When's the wife's due date?
it is in November.
Oof. Right at
Yep,
release time.
yep. Well, we don't
What's
know
hey, DJ's rating back with you guys, isn't he?
who is.
DJ?
Yeah,
What's he playing?
he's gonna do the rogue. I think we're trying to convince him into doing the rep because
You want him
we
to
think
go
that would
over?
just be funny, but I think he's decided on the rogue. But he said he's gonna do both. He'll be leveling both.
Yeah. I mean, like you can literally level at least 2 alts before a raid.
Yeah.
Right? 2 alts, 2 all
So then we
mythic
take them off and
zeros,
put them in
and
a
then
pistol.
make a decision which one you're doing mythic plus, because mythic plus comes out on the same day as release, doesn't it?
No. Mythic Plus, Mythic Zero does, but Mythic Plus comes out when Mythic comes out. I'm pretty sure.
Mythic or heroic?
Oh no. Oh, so heroic comes out. You can Mythic Plus, but they usually gate it, right? And then you can do they gate it at like 8 or 10 or something like that, and then you end up doing. So that's what they'll do. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's cool, man. Do you have raid again tonight?
No. It was pretty fucked up raid this week. A lot of problems on Tichondrius, the server. And
Yeah.
it's like people forgot how to fucking do shit.
I really don't think Charlotte likes cats.
Did you try Rogue at all for raiding, or you haven't?
No, I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, you have to.
I
brush
mean,
your
I'm
hair
like, sorry,
and your
I
teeth.
have done fucking the Rogue, but I mean,
don't
like I
brush
said,
your hair.
like it'll take a lot of fucking dump time to
No, you're
figure
definitely gonna say
everything out for Rogue.
That
Yeah.
doesn't fit you. Take
That's
it
why I
off.
like leveling with the class, because as you level, like you learn everything, because you're just like doing the same thing over and over again, like but killing mobs.
Yo, I totally believe in the fucking 10,000 hour rule. That's why I'm literally doing my war campaign for no reason other than I need to like get familiar with
They
Mage.
expanded the war campaign, didn't they?
Oh,
Right
I
now
don't
in
know.
pre-patch, because
No,
like I was looking,
there's
I saw,
nothing
like,
in pre-patch.
Oh, okay, nothing in pre-patch release. All right.
Nothing at all. Like not yet. It's gonna all come out 2 weeks before the game launches.
All right. I didn't know if they released any of the campaign quests that you gotta grind out, which they
Nope,
usually
not
do.
yet.
Here, put this
Yeah,
in.
that's why it was a pretty lackluster pre-patch. Unless you're doing like Exiled Reach shit, which I'll end up doing a little bit later. But yeah, it's pretty
Yeah, I mean, it gives you a chance to sort of play the light version of what your class should feel like, because you're
Yeah,
missing
yeah.
out on certain things. Right?
See if you like the rotations and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Can't believe you're playing Mage.
Me neither.
That's awesome.
Like honestly, I can't believe it either.
Are you doing it for raid leading? Because it
Yeah.
feels easy. Yeah, to sit back and just see everything.
Well, it's either that or tanking, and an Ayun and this new dude Ransom wanted to tank, so I was like,
Well,
fuck, all right.
No more ship.
Yeah, no more ship. He's not gonna be raiding with us.
The racism scared him out.
Yeah, there wasn't even racism. Someone was being so sarcastic about saying like, I'm
The
a
Proud
Trump
Boys.
supporter. And
No, he
like,
said he was a Proud Boys supporter.
yeah, he was like so trolling, and fucking the ship is like, all right, I gotta go. I can't be in this Discord anymore. It's like, oh, come on. He's just kidding.
Or is he? How's Ready Check Pull going? Good.
It's going
I
great.
See, I see you're posting like the YouTube like nonstop, just live shit.
Yeah, been doing a lot of live streaming. The people tend to come in and talk and hang out, so it seems pretty cool. And we've been working fucking endlessly on these guides, but then Blizzard just changed them, like changed a bunch of bosses again, and it's like so fucking frustrating.
And do you have to basically go back and tweak every guide?
Every time they make a change, like that's why we're waiting to the end. But at the end, we do have to go and like redo all the shit that actually were edits and changes that they made. Yeah.
That feels good. Going back and touching something that's already been touched many times.
Yeah. One sec. So it says, I was maining Mage in BFA and it was pretty fun. I tried Frost on beta. It was fun, but so brain dead. Yep. Yeah, that's why I play it. If I'm raid leading, I'm going to play something that is absolutely brain dead. Does Zygor get around the paid add-on problem by having a free version, even though it covers way less?
They made a change of slice
You can...
now it does energy.
For Zygor, I know you can allegedly find the guides somewhere and just like put them in yourself. But I just, I think it's a great service, so I just pay the $7 until I'm leveled, and then I cancel.
Daddy.
So it's best. Yeah, BM Hunter is legit, bro. Legit raid leader. Appreciate it. 4 Ash Rain explosives.
I don't want to move.
All right, so we gotta get these guys.
Oh, oh, oh.
Oh yeah. I don't know how Zygor is able to do it. I really don't. I know it's like because they also don't allow for paid upgrade add-ons either. So like Zygor is a paid upgrade, right? Because you get the free add-on, whatever, but then it's paid to get the better shit, and Blizzard doesn't allow that. So I don't know how the fuck that's legal, but it is. But didn't Bellular try to make like an audio add-on, and they squashed that. They were like, no. You're not gonna do that, and everyone was excited about that audio version of the add-on. Hasn't gotten around to him. He's been around for fucking years.
Are you leveling up the mage?
No, the mage is already leveled. I'm just trying to like learn it. Plus, I want to test out this Ziggurat add-on a little bit more. Which sounds really racist. Zygor. It is like basically Azeroth Autopilot, but it's like a paid version. And I just want to see if it still holds up. Because I used it at the beginning of BFA and it was good.
I just figured if you've done beta like once, you pretty much you don't even need an Azeroth autopilot.
No. But again, I like brain dead shit 100%. Like I want an arrow that's just like go here and do this. I like relaxing and being brain dead. But I'm also making a video on it, so I want to see. I got to learn a lot about it. If that's the case.
Paid promotion.
Promote. Azeroth Autopilot's free. Do you think it's a good thing that they don't wait? Oh shit, you're hearing me through my stream. Damn. Do you think it's a good thing that there's no paid add-ons, or do you think like it would be better if there was?
I mean, I feel bad for a lot of the developers who put time and effort.
Yeah, same.
Like it's people who do stuff in like Patreon or like PayPal tips, stuff like that. Like usually if I see a really good add-on that I like, LVOI, I've like donated money to those guys, and I use it like religiously.
Yeah, could you imagine if Blizzard shuts that down, or like you can't even do Patreon type shit, dude? That would be fucking terrible.
Are they talking about that?
Yeah, they've always been trying to talk about shutting down any type of thing, like getting extra features at all, because a lot of these Patreon people, the Patreon developers, they give early access to, so like the guy or the add-ons aren't actually on like the Twitch app, or which not anymore, but WoW Up or any like CurseForge or anything. So yeah, so Blizzard's like, well,
I didn't think Blizzard would really care about that. I mean, like that's just
they don't care unless it becomes like something that cuts into their bottom line, right?
Yeah, but they don't make any money off of this. So like if there was like if Blizzard had their own revenue system like off of add-ons, I could see. But I mean, they okay, third-party developers, here is the rules for developing third-party add-ons. Have fun, like do whatever you want, because basically whatever you do sort of enhances the game for us, right? Then we don't have to put time and effort into it.
Should I trust DPS rankings right now? Fuck no. 100% no.
Yeah, that's pre-patch. Like that doesn't mean a thing. Like everyone in my guild was like, oh, because Ancient Flame is like simming like nuts right now for raid, and the old highborn trinkets, the one that gives you stacking haste, is like stupidly broken because it has 100% uptime. So everyone's like, oh, you know, like getting rank 1 parses and they like feel really good. And I'm like, man, this is pre-patch. This doesn't mean fuck all.
Yeah, that is not fun. And definitely don't trust any of that for like a main pick. That is for sure.
Yeah. I think you're going over the wrong bridge.
Shit.
You gotta turn around. Yeah. It's that little bridge there. And there's bombs on the right.
Wait. So what do I have to do?
I thought that was you're doing the quest that you have to lead all these guys to the bombs.
Oh.
Could be wrong.
There's bombs right here. They're not going. What the hell?
Just follow your Azerite autopilot, I guess.
God damn it. What to say? I think they're fine with optional donations as long as there's nothing locked behind a paywall. Yeah, I think there should be. What am I supposed to fucking do?
Oh,
here?
you're missing a guard, aren't you?
Oh.
To get one more guard.
There we go.
Okay.
When will the catch-up mechanic come to pre-patch? They said 2 weeks before launch.
They still haven't given a date, have they?
No date.
Either way, I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, same. For the horde, motherfuckers. I hope it will come with the start of pre-patch. Yeah. I'm kind of conflicted on that because I kind of want there to be more to Shadowlands than, you know, I don't want them to skip out on the complete pre-patch bullshit. But it's also a long time for people to be waiting. So I'm a little torn on that. What level? Excuse me. What level of dungeon are you talking about? $15 to $20. Yeah. So most of the people are actually saying, where am I supposed to go? I gotta go here. Where the fuck am I supposed to go? Talk to Skinny 10. Okay. So I just gotta like fly. Okay. So most of the high-end people are saying it's actually worse than BFA, which is a goddamn shame. Like, if you look at where are they? Where the hell are the fucking dungeon guys? Oh, it doesn't show it in here. But basically, Legion started with 10 dungeons, and I think like 7 or 8 of them were awesome. BFA started with 10 dungeons, and I think 2 of them were awesome. Shadowlands is starting with 8 dungeons, and 1 of them is awesome, is what people are saying.
Which one?
People are liking Halls of Atonement. They're saying that's going to be really fun for Mythic Plus, but there's a lot of shit like Mist of Tyrnir Scythe. There's like these weird little mini game you have to do that's like kind of fucking weird. So, but listen, Zax's community is like the best of the best, right? So like they take everything to like the degree of like if it's supposed to be good or not. So I would take what they say with a grain of salt, because most people doing 15s and shit, you know, they might have fun.
Zax doesn't do Mythic Plus.
Yeah, no, he was saying what like he was talking to Undead and you know, people that are actually like doing big Mythic Plus.
One of our contacts in Freehold requests assistance with calming his birds.
Yeah, I'm excited to be working with Icy Veins too. Super excited. Thank you for the compliment. Love that. Thoughts on Mage? I think Frost Mage is absolutely broken. I think Arcane is very good, and I think Fire, if they get a little bit of buffs, they'll be fine too. So Mage is in a fucking hell of a spot, dude. Talk to Kip Wagnot.
As they've always been.
As they've always been, yeah. Kip Wagnot. Oh, I gotta.
Like every class that has 3 DPS specs is always gonna be in a good spot.
Frost is definitely broken and so easy, dude. Frost is literally. Listen, Drells, I don't know if you've seen this yet, but Frost right now with the Ice Lance legendary, you are doing 80% of your damage through Ice Lance. You do not cast Frostbolt on AoE. It is fucking insane, dude. It is like so like you press one button that you're gonna get fucking carpal tunnel. It is wild.
You see Destro right now, like pre-patch Destro.
Mm-mm.
Okay, the only thing they cast for AoE is Rain of Fire. Because they generate Infernal Cores and that summons Infernal, like massive amounts of Infernals. Like I did a mythic like 20 with a Guildie, and all if you look at his damage breakdown, it was literally Rain of Fire and his Infernals, like Immolation Aura, basically.
There's some weird things going on. I don't mind easy classes. I like easy classes. I think classes that are more straightforward allow for fewer mistakes. It does get a little bit get a little bit boring, but at least you can mess up mechanics less, you mess up your rotation less. I feel that's for me.
I mean, I feel bad for like warriors right now. I mean, like if like you come to this game like sort of leveling up to play beta, and you're playing like a warrior, man, you're gonna think they're just dog poopy right now.
Yeah, for sure. I pretty much mained a warrior since vanilla, but really want to switch it up to mage. Mage is a good choice, man. Mage is a good choice. I think arms is fun as fuck, and Zax likes Fury a lot. The Fury was super undertuned at the moment.
They just got around to buffs, didn't they?
Yeah, Fury. Yeah. I haven't seen how they actually played out. So I'm not too sure about that, but they did get some actually massive fucking buffs right now for Fury, so they might be pumping. But I just like the playstyle of the new Cleave, which replaces Mortal Strike, and I think that is so sick in AoE. Ice Lance. Oh, you have to put Blizzard down too. Oh, sorry. You have to cast. You cast Frozen Orb like once every 30 seconds. You put down a Blizzard every 7 seconds, and then Frost Lance the rest of the time. Sorry, I was mistaking. There's three buttons. Maybe Rune of Power every 30 seconds. Ice Lance was like a truck. You have CDs on every pack in dungeons, and with the legendary, you can spam Ice Lance with Orb nonstop. It is so broken. And then they just buffed the other legendary that, dude, Zax brought this up, and I didn't even think of this. If they allow 2 legendaries, we're gonna have the one that automatically shatters Ice Lances to 5 targets, 100% guaranteed when they're under Blizzard, and you're gonna get the Fingers of Frost buff from the Frozen Orb. Oh my god, that would be so insane. That would be just fucking holy shit. You cast Infernal, then Rain of Fire, summon more Infernals, and it keeps chaining.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
Jesus. So just use Frozen Orb build with Blizzard. Basically. Plus, legendary that reduces the cooldown of Infernal per soul shard spent. What do you think of DK, this expansion? DK is lucky as fuck to get anti-magic zone. That's all I gotta say about that. They have grip. They're the only DPS with a grip. Only one. They're also and tank, except like maybe Demon Hunter, but not really. Only one with a grip, and then they're also the only one that has a percent damage reduction raid buff. They're gonna be huge on fights that need that. DK, good pick. Plus, there's 2 DPS. Super good pick. What about Covenants for Frost Mage? So that's the one bad part about mages. They have pretty dog shit covenants. I think the Night Fae one is really good for the cooldown reduction. Zax was testing out. Dexod, he got infinite, never-ending Icy Veins using the Night Fae Covenant. That means he had Icy Veins all the time. Completely. Yeah, he was testing it on dummies with there's a conduit combination with some talents, and then the Night Fae Covenant ability means his Icy Veins was up 100% of the time, which was bonkers. And then so I was using Bastion quite a bit because Pelagos, the Soulbind, is pretty crazy, but yeah, the Soulbinds for Mage or not the Soulbinds, the Covenant abilities are a little bit eh. We'll have to see how that works out.
I mean, they're changing every few days.
Yeah.
Kids are gonna need a lot of spring clothes with all of them.
Oh,
The 2 of them.
damn.
Yeah. They
Who are you
have
giving those to? Or
This
the
is all
other
that
the other ones too?
Declan, and my mom gets the rest for Ilani for her house.
That nerf on Cold Front Legendary is absurd. 15 cast to not. Yeah. It's 15. No, it was 30. I thought it was 30 to 90 and then to 60. No one used it at first. No one definitely used it at 90, and no one's gonna use it at 60. It's such a dumb legendary. I want to choose Venthyr. I don't want to be forced to play a Kyrian or a Nightshade. Nightshade? Yeah, I feel you on that. It would be nice if the abilities were unlocked, but they're not. So what are you going to do? Night Fae was fun in dungeons for Frost. Yeah, 100%. I took the 6 rules for spell priority on BM Hunter. Oh, hey, welcome back, dude. For Wowhead and made a weak aura for it. Had simple rotation helper doing 90%. Sims with that. What the fuck is this spec? Yeah.
BM is so dumb, man.
Oh, so is Frost though, but BM is real. Dude, the fact that you have the rotation that's about the same as a Demon Hunter, but you're 40 yards away.
Dude,
it's
our
like, okay.
the rotation did not change. You have to add Lucid Dreams right now for free badge, but the rotation hasn't fucking changed, and you're still like doing
Yeah. It's awesome.
Right
Love
now.
it. If I wasn't gonna be a mage, it was gonna be a hunter. Oh, yeah. Is it Yancey or Yance? Thanks, man. What's up?
Doing Sludge Fist next is the play.
Yeah.
So I don't think they changed him.
And it's like super short.
They actually did change him. Wait, it might just be Mythic.
They didn't nerf Demon Hunter to the ground. Demon Hunter got the fucking...
Demon Hunter got buffed, didn't they?
The Blades of Illidari. They got the fucking...
Huh?
I don't even know what that... The old Legion artifact. They got that one. And then they got Unbound Chaos as a talent. No. I think Demon Hunter's fine right now, dude.
Yeah, they're terrible in pre-patch. But
oh yeah, I don't know about pre-patch. I'm just talking about the S lands.
Their defensiveness got nerfed a lot, apparently, which was like that was like their strongest trait. So kind of makes sense.
Wait,
Now that
do they still get the immunity?
they went from like S plus tier in terms of can never die. Now they're like A tier, and people are like, what the fuck? I can
Yeah.
die. I can die to things, man.
Did they still get the immunity?
Yep.
Then they're the best. Then they're the best. Can they still move out of shit really quickly? Well, then they're the best. Is their rotation pretty straightforward? They're the best.
Yeah, they just basically lost the healing.
I think they nerfed their blur too, right?
Yeah. They nerfed like every defensive thing they had.
Oh, and they kept Fel Barrage on the same as demonic, so people be sad about that. It'll be all right though.
They basically made them killable in PvP.
Well, they made them balance, is what they did, and people are like, "What?
Yep.
Fuck? What do you mean?" No. I love Demon Hunter before. I still think they're gonna be fun to play. And you could always just switch to Vengeance because apparently Vengeance is broken in dungeons right now. Oh yeah, pre-patched damage meters. Yeah, don't those aren't oh, hold on. I might have got a 3080 notification. Uh-oh. No.
Yeah, right. Oh,
Yeah,
they
that
got
was
rid of the
it's fucking lie.
they got rid of the complicated pillar soaking thing with Mythic Sludge Fist, but that's not on Heroic anyway.
Oh,
Still
yeah,
has
yeah.
soak, but it's less complicated, so it's nice.
Shadow Priest is not that much OP. Shadow Priest was like a little bit in the dumpster last week, and then they just got buffed. So we'll see how that plays out. But like I said, pre-patch, dude, like you got essences and you got fucking all the other bullshit. Like, yeah, don't.
Yeah, pre-patch balance means absolutely could not mean less.
Yeah. If there's anything that's more misleading than that, it's the presidential debates, bro. Ooh, he said it.
There's
What?
I don't know if this
I'll make
usually
you lunch, hang
happens,
on.
but there's a lot of like tweeting.
The new
going
Shadow
on
Priest is
from
fucking sick,
Blizzard,
though.
like employees or whatever, like systems designers and shit like that. They're like tweeting, talking to the public, and kind of interesting seeing like the demographics and shit of like who design Blizzard or design WoW. It's kind of cray.
Like what?
It's just like, well, I guess I don't really care about the demographics. I didn't mean to say that, but like it's the guy that created corruption supposedly is like tweeting a lot, and like people are tweeting back at him, and he's having to like mute everybody, block everybody because they keep shitting on him for making corruption.
What? Like,
And then
it's stupid because it's like he like probably like made like he probably contributed like whatever percent he contributed, but it's like he's just trying to do whatever he's doing for like his job, and people are like, "You fucking deserve to die, you piece of shit." It's like,
Yeah.
holy.
Sent you a tweet.
Let's read it.
Yesterday, I think.
Oh, it's this guy, Hamlet.
Okay, so you got to be a little careful saying who it is.
Like, oh, it might not be this guy.
He already said who it is.
Yeah, it's weird. Or
Okay. Is it like
Totally
are they
normal.
going by her?
Beats me, dude. But the content of the tweet anyway is
Theory crafting is more centralized and all right, hold on. Let me read this. Theory crafting is more centralized and instantaneously visible than ever before. People compute results and instantly disseminate them through a whole community in real time, for example, in class discords with each beta update. This is destroying feedback. That's a fucking horrible thing to say. This is destroying feedback. It's like, yeah, it's a challenge.
There's more.
I know, but like that, there's a challenge, but like you rise to the fucking challenge, bro. All right.
Yeah, I think they're saying like we put in changes. Theory crafters instantly figure everything out and then tell everybody whether something is good or bad, and then everybody instantly forms their opinion based on that without ever having tried it or anything.
Kind of
And so,
true.
and then
Hold on, we
there's
got
big,
3 more tweets.
big mob mentality.
Buff/nerf discourse drowns out so much discussion that I often have a hard time, frankly, being able to parse feedback to any productive end. Even if I want to go reading about opinions on a spec, it's hard to know what's untainted by it. It can often appear that personal feedback, by definition, recounting of people's reactions to specific elements/moments while playing, is dwarfed by opinions originating from some consensus of whether there was a net buff relative to some prior updates. Anyway, I don't know what to do about this, but the correlation between collective emotional valence in response to a class/combat change and immediate isolated power impact of the change is so strong that it's hard to reach confident conclusions that aren't affected by it. Why don't you just have theory crafters there that work for Blizzard that can tell you if something is going to be broken? Aren't you supposed to be the master theory crafter? Right? Like, isn't that? I don't know.
That's like literally like
I don't think they
Yoda-
drink their
Yoda
own.
tweets something like that.
I don't think they drink their own Kool-Aid as much as you think.
Yoda said, isn't the job of game system design to figure out what's OP for themselves? Exactly. Beta testers are unpaid players that are just there to have fun. Well-written, constructive feedback is extra and rare. If you're depending on that to know what to buff or nerf, then we're all doomed. Fucking true, dude. That is a giant, so what this person is saying, excuse me, is that we design something, have no fucking idea how it's going to play out. We put it in and we're looking for feedback and people just shit on it all the time. Yeah, that's because, go back to your first statement, you have no idea what's going to happen. So we're like, what the fuck? Like, we look at a system and like, this is absolute ridiculous. Like, why would you ever do? And it's not some theory crafters, you know, go through every change and then everyone gets decided on it. No, you have multiple theory crafters that all instantly recognize that something is dog shit. Why didn't Blizzard recognize that it's dog shit?
Right. And you don't even have to be like, I'm not a theory crafter, and I can tell you that this marksmanship legendary is fucking broken. You know, like, you play it for 2 seconds, you do 45k, and you're like, hey, this ain't it, man. It's fun because it's broken, but like, this ain't gonna work out.
And you know what happens when they so they did this early in the alpha. They made a change, I forgot what it was, but they made a spell change, and this helped Heroes of New Earth a lot. Oh yeah, bring back dead games, right? This helped Heroes of New Earth a lot back in the day. No, it's a good example. They used to make a change and they would say, we are testing this out for this amount of time to see if it's something that plays out the way we think it would. And then, you know, give us your feedback and let us know what you think about, like, if putting out something like a conduit system and saying, here's the solution, we got it, it's this conduit system, and then people are going to take you at face value. But if you're like, hey, we're putting out the conduit system, this is what we think might be a positive, this is what we think might be a negative, can you test it out and let us know? Then people are way more understanding, right? Because then that's like, all right, this is something that's going to change. Like when you say, hey, there's a ripcord to pull, and we're like, pull it! And they're like, there was never a ripcord, we just said that. It's like, oh no. So
yeah, so I guess like I'm trying to like boil down the what they're trying to get at with the tweet. It's like what they want is feedback from one guy, like each individual person saying how they feel about something, or like doing their own theory crafting.
well, they said they don't want feel, right? They want real data.
No, I think what they're saying is like they want the feedback it's just like one person goes out and does something for themselves. They discover the shit for themselves, and then they give the feedback based on what they experienced or felt or whatever. But what you get now, because of the internet and what it always will be, is like I can have an opinion on Unholy Death Knight without ever having played it, and they don't like that. But it's like,
Also,
I don't know,
isn't it very fucking
Yeah.
condescending to be like, it's the people's fault why this isn't good. It's because you guys are catching us on our bullshit. It's your fault.
Yeah.
That's so condescending. It's like, you guys caught us. That's why it's bad. So you're saying that, like, if you would have put the system in and then there weren't theory crafters, we would just have to play with shit. Everyone would be happy. But since there's theory crafters, we're the assholes for catching your bullshit.
But okay. I think another layer to this, right, is they don't want to listen to the top players, like the toppest, the most top players. They want to listen.
Why do you
get
think that
feedback.
is?
I don't know. Well, it's just because they're such a small proportion of the game, I guess. But I think they want to focus on, the average player, which is like kind of a reasonable thing to do. I wouldn't want them to do that, but it makes sense that they would want to focus on the average player. But the average player is getting, quote unquote, tainted by theory crafters, because the average player might just go to their class Discord and see the theory crafters, which are theoretically the top players, saying something is good or bad, it got buffed or nerfed, and then the average player gets tainted by that information without ever having experienced it themselves. So they don't like that, I guess, is what they're talking about, which is like, okay, but why in a game that, like, I would say the competitive aspect of the game is like what's keeping it alive. That's kind of my argument. But even if it wasn't, that doesn't actually change anything. Like, why wouldn't you just make the game work well, mathematically, just make the numbers make sense, and then you can make stuff that feels good in synergy with that. I don't get that. It's like
I'm not necessarily
they
thinking
roll
like it's so. I think more, or perhaps it's like better if they just know what their goal is, right? Maybe it's, well, we want to make this system that's a fun system. It's not going to be balanced. It's a fun system, kind of like Torghast or whatever. They're just like, it's not going to be balanced. It's just going to be fun, something that you do and you have a good time. We want to make classes that are fun, whatever. But instead, they're like, we want to make classes that are fun. Oh shit, you're upset about the balance? Well, now we got to go back and balance it in within the margins of what we thought was fun. So why don't they, if that's the case, then why don't they start with balance and then make it fun rather than starting with fun and making it balanced?
Yeah, and I
Also,
Can you
he's-
wait?
he's-
Can you do that? Can you find a balance first and then be like, okay, now it's time to make this fun? Is that
Yeah.
like, because it seems like
well, it's
opposite?
like
Because
it's kinda
fun
like
comes
what's
from
your
imbalance, right? That's why
what's
they
your
go, oh
Yeah.
man,
outcome?
this is
I
OP. This
wouldn't
is so
say
much
that.
fun.
Yeah, no, I agree with that,
definitely.
Drills.
Fun does not have to come from imbalance.
In this type
I'm
of
not
game, I
saying
think it does.
I'm not saying
Definitely
it
not.
does, but I'm saying
Well, it's a
in
no,
this game,
it's a
it totally
correlation.
does.
It's a correlation of, like, having fun means that something's different than something else, and having something different ultimately means that something's going to be better in some scenario than the other.
Yeah, that's not what matters.
Anyway,
But
so go ahead.
Anyway, I think they get caught up in like like they create something like, I don't know. I can't really think of an example, but like an Unholy Death Knight has the apocalypse ability, and they like spawn a bunch of little minions, and it's like, holy shit, this is cool thematically, and like you got to build up for it. It's like a cool idea for an ability, and like, man, we put a lot of work into this, and it's really cool. But then, like, for whatever reason, because they got the numbers wrong, it just does like 2 damage. So everybody says it's dumb. Everybody's like, yo, this is dumb. It only does 2 damage. I don't ever want to use this ability. Nobody ever plays this. This ability dog shit. Like people hyperbolize, and say like this ability is terrible. But not because of how it feels, but just because it does 2 damage. And it's like,
Yeah.
well, they go together. You can't just make a cool ability if it if it's not balanced. Even if it does just like 1 billion damage, you still like won't necessarily like it, because having this marksmanship legendary is like hilarious. But like I don't want it to exist like this because it's just so it's so broken. It's ridiculous that it's like, man, how are you guys putting this in the game? But it's also like, because it's so broken, it's making me enjoy it more. It's like such a twisted thing. Like you can't uncouple like design from numbers. You know what I mean? Like, just because something can feel shitty, it can be like the worst ability in the game, nobody even likes it, but because it's the best, people will like it because it's the best. You know, like I feel like they want to like detach like the balance of something from the design of it. And like that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I think it's like what you're saying. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, is that it's kind of like what I was saying for, I mean, my position, you known for a long time, is I think if everything has something that's broken, then it's fine, because everything has something that's broken in a, it's not what you think, but it's what I think, is that you have, if you're overpowered in some area, you makes it so that you have a lot of fun in that area. And it means, you know, then maybe if someone else doesn't have the fun in that area, but you would presume that they have a broken area that they're fun in. Like maybe if I'm great at AoE, I suck at 2 targets, but they crush 2 targets, you know, something like that. And that type of scenario, I think is what ultimately ends up being fun for me. But by the way, this dude, I can say that now, is non-binary. You can use any pronoun. So there you go.
Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, but it's like I kind of feel that, because like playing a marksmanship hunter and playing with this legendary is fun because you do 6 billion damage in 6 seconds.
But you know they're gonna nerf it to the tits.
It's
I mean,
hilarious. Yeah,
like
but I
the
don't
last
want it to
legendary
be
they
that
had.
strong. Like I'm saying it myself, I do not want it to be as strong as it is, because like it's fun to have this crazy burst and like to use this legendary and blah blah blah, and you know you're not the best single target or 2 target or whatever, but like you have this thing that you can do. But it's so ridiculously strong that like you will have no other build that you can play the entire expansion, you know, and like nobody else gets to do any damage during that pack because you just one shot it effectively. You kill everything in 6 seconds. Nobody else gets to play the game. It's like it's just even though it's fun, it's so busted that it becomes not good design. And like I don't know why I really feel like they don't get that like the numbers of something can make it, even if it's good design, can make it bad design because of the, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel that. It's when you're trying to make an RPG though, like you kind of want those big moments, but they're stuck, like I said, they're stuck between that rock, dude. They're just like, they have the rock and the soft tits, you know? They're
But it's the difference between, I do 45k burst, which is it's ridiculous. I should be doing like maybe 30. It would still feel crazy to do 30k burst, like almost nobody else can do that in the game, you know? But 45k is just like, what? We're not even on the same, you know? I feel like I'm a raid tier ahead of you guys. What's going on here?
yeah.
Shit is broken. And I can never ever play any other legendary, any other talents, any other anything, because it's so busted. So it's like,
yeah, I feel that.
I'm not even a marksmanship hunter. I am this legendary.
And Zigger is only working right now for the war campaign.
Frost Mage. You are the Freezing Wind legendary, and that's it. You build everything around that legendary. That is your entire existence. If you play anything else, you're not a Frost Mage.
So how do you feel about the whole player power thing? Like chat just brought up. Like player, like, can they make stuff that's fun that's outside of player power? I don't think you can. Like people aren't going to care about it if there's no player power behind a system.
Like what?
Like covenants.
What's the,
like
what are you asking?
So it's basically like it says I think the first problem is player power is tied too much into these systems before they can add the fun stuff. But well, it's one of the big examples that I give for this though is one of the developers of Valorant said you can't make a defensive ability important unless it has death implications. So like if someone walks into something and it looks at them and spots them, they're not going to give a shit. But if something looks at them and then starts shooting at them, then they give a shit. And so you can't have like a system in World of Warcraft where it's supposed to be super fun in the middle of the raid. You just throw this fucking bomb at something. It does no damage and it just looks cool. No one's going to use that.
Ask mom. I think like weirdly enough, like this is what covenants could have been, where you like have fun or interesting stuff in the game without it being tied to player power, which is like the total opposite direction that they went. You know, you could have had these cool storylines and like aesthetics, you know, of being one of the 4 covenants that you like. Just because you like it more, you get to play whichever one you want. That would have been cool. You could put fun stuff in the game that's totally aside from player power, or like pretty close to being aside from it. I feel like that would have fit in that category where it's like you can do different quest lines than other people. You know, you're building an abomination, you're doing a boss rush or whatever. So you're in a different zone. You're like experiencing a different.
You would have
having
fun doing that?
I'm not talking about me. I don't count it. I'm just saying, like, hypothetically, that's the kind of thing that they could have done, and it makes sense, especially from an RPG perspective. Like, it's something that you can have fun doing in the game that's not tied at all to your player power. Or even if it's like the same, everybody gets it the same way, but like your experience is different because you're in a different covenant. But they fucked it up because they tied player power to every single covenant and made it so you can't switch and blah blah blah. So that like entirely, I mean, for most people, I would imagine, maybe some people just don't care, but like for most people, it makes it so you can't pick the covenant that you just like the most, you know, the one that you have the most fun with or whatever. You kind of just have to pick the one that's the best, or else you will be seen
Bro,
as
it's like honestly a double-edged sword, man, because you have one end where like most players like I would play the abomination thing, or I'll do the fucking have sick parties, dank parties as they say. Like I would do that shit, but that's not like you're not having fun doing that. It's like kind of similar to like farming transmog or like or fishing in the game. It's like all that stuff is like it's all right to do, but that isn't fun. That's not like super fun in the game. And then so now it's like you put the player power behind it, and it's like, okay, now like now I actually care more, but now I care too much because there's player power, and I have to pick some shit that I don't want to do because of player power. So it's like it's such a double-edged sword talking about it like that.
I feel like it's a really easy answer. I don't know, for me at least. Well, I mean, because I kind of feel like it's for everybody, because like I don't know. I mean, I guess some people want player power to be involved with your covenant choice, and I don't really get that. So I don't know how much of a proportion that is. That's never been in the game ever. So probably for a reason. And now we're seeing the tuning issues, which is probably the reason. So like if your covenant choice was purely, cosmetic and story and like environment and whatever driven, that makes a whole lot of sense for an RPG. And then like I feel like you make everybody happy. Like the top players are happy because they get to play the best version of their character. And the lore people or whatever are happy because they aren't forced to pick a better covenant. They can play whichever one they want. They don't get like shit on for picking the wrong covenant.
Yeah.
So
yeah, having the abilities separate is cool, and having the whole like, because I kind of like try to link it back a little bit, liken it back to the order halls. Like there was no player power really attached to order halls aside from like maybe the gear at the end of it or whatever, which is mainly for transmog purposes after like the first fucking month of the game. So maybe something like that is probably probably more fitting. So yeah, I agree that the ability should be separate for sure. It's just when you don't have player power attached to something.
To the extent of the whole shit.
What, even soulbinds and stuff?
I'm not saying something they should change at this point because they're just in too deep. But yeah, I mean like from the beginning, it should have been like literally everything. There is no player power associated with what covenant you pick. You have access to all the covenant abilities because you are the mall walker. You are the big dick, you know? Like you get to choose whatever you want. You don't have to pick your power based on your covenant. You pick your covenant based on just which one you like the most because it's cool. And then the soul binds can all work between the covenants. Who cares? You know, you're homies with everybody. Then it's just like you just pick the one you like the most. Player power is not related at all. You get to pick whatever you want, just like the game always has been, and that's the reason why I think people like this game so much. But now they're like in too deep. Now you have to lock soul binds and or covenant abilities behind the choice, that's why you're seeing like covenant abilities being nerfed to the ground, and they're all going to be worthless so that they can be balanced, or they won't, and then it'll get like nerfed 1 week and you'll have to switch covenants and you'll be pissed about it. I don't know. It's just a mess. They've gotten themselves into a mess, dude.
Yeah, a balancing mess for sure. I hope it plays out better than we're all expecting. That's it. I just hope that it's like actually going to be decent. I hope that that the shit, even if they do nerf the covenant abilities into the ground, like as long as it makes the majority of people happy, I'll be cool. It's just it's hard to say what they should do because there's always something wrong with what they should do. And yeah, that's it.
I just think it's funny that like people, you know, you start out, it's like, okay, there's 4 covenants, and people are like, okay, cool. I just want to be able to pick the one that I like. So it's like, all right, cool. So we won't put player power behind it because everybody just wants to pick the one that they like. And then they're like, all right, we're gonna put player power behind it now. And everybody's like, oh, okay, but can you just make it so that like I can switch? No. All right. Okay. Well, how are you gonna make it so I can still pick the one that I want? And then they're like, oh shit, why did we put power? Oh god, why did we do this? Okay, the only way we can resolve this is if we perfectly balance everything in all scenarios. All right. What is our only option then? Make them all bad.
Oh
like,
no!
Why did you go around in that circle? Why didn't you just start out with like?
I think
You have
you're like
access to
the
all the
problem is
abilities.
like you're only measuring it from like the 1% point of view, like you know top tier DPS, because Covenants isn't just DPS.
I believe I
There's
can
like
try.
you know there's fucking transmog, which fucking some people will die from, like you know die for like a nice transmog look.
Yeah.
You know, like
And
there's
now they don't
other
get to
yeah.
experience that.
What do you mean?
Like
Like there's like
a
some
lot of people care about that and their performance.
listen, I know you care about
And
performance, and that's your driving. Like that
I'm
is
not
your
talking about
driving.
me.
Most
For
people care
you,
about
I'm
performance
talking
in
about
some way.
a fucking ton of people who like transmog and all the aesthetic stuff, and they like playing well. And now that the playing well part is locked, you know.
Yeah, there's
well,
no doubt. There's literally no doubt that
you lose out.
there's no doubt that the player powers associated, even the covenants being or the soul binds being associated, sours the whole idea that you get to pick the covenant that you like. And there's like there's no argument on that. Like that's obvious, right? It's just what do they do about it now? And it's like, yeah, they kind of have to make them all basically generic shit that doesn't really affect you in much of a way. And now you have to fucking, and then you're back to, all right, well now I can pick, but now it's like, well, there's Pelagos and then there's everything else. And it's like, oh, okay, well now you have to nerf Pelagos into the ground. And you know,
Right.
and it becomes a real fucking issue. And you're right, the whole covenant system should have been what it is. Maybe you have to go through the campaign or do whatever to get the abilities. But when you get the abilities, you then can, maybe not even swap them freely. Maybe you like they do with this thing, whatever, you swap them once a fucking day or once every other day if they don't want it to be like something that you go in between each boss pull. But it does make it so that you can't pick the covenant that you enjoy the most, because there is so much power. It's not just the abilities, it's the signature ability, it's the fucking class ability, it's the soul binds, then the conduits work with the soul binds. It's like there's a lot of power behind these, and it becomes really difficult for people to make that choice.
Yeah, and
And no one
because
wants to pick a covenant. Like I know people, there's a lot of people who are a lot of friends I have that are casuals at the game, and they're saying, well, yeah, I'm just gonna have 2 mages. It's like, that is not the fucking solution.
right,
Like,
yeah.
that is so upsetting that that's the solution. Like, I'm gonna have my mage where I pick what I want to be competitive, and then I'll have my mage that I do all my lore shit on. It's like, oh, come on. Like, that's
sad.
not fun, man.
That's not good. All right, I gotta get the podcast sheet ready, dude. I'm behind.
Uh-oh.
Oh, sheet.
Oh, shit, man.
You guys still have people coming on your podcast?
Yeah, dude, me and Jim.
Yeah.
Beyond you
No.
two.
No, we haven't.
You know, we haven't been asking. We should, though, to be honest.
Dude, you gotta network, man.
Oh, fucking, I've been networking these videos. That's what I've been networking.
Yep. What happened in the last week? Nothing major, right?
Nothing at all.
Oh.
If I can do it. All right, they should have made the covenants just cosmetic. It doesn't have to be just cosmetic. There can be like outdoor things that, like, you know, that buff your character, maybe mount speed in your zone, and fucking, you know, there's other cool things that you can have. You fucking, if you're the dude with the
Probably.
abominations, you drag them all the fuck around and whatever. It's just when you're in a raid, Mythic Plus or PvP, your covenant should not matter. That's it. I'm gonna choose Venthyr. Like I said before, Blizzard is gonna make me play with fairy godparents. I don't know what that means, but dude, Venthyr all the way, brother. Whoa. Oh, my stream is fucked up right now. Why? Does it look messed up to you? There's nothing to it. Oh, my VB audio fucked up. That sucks. I got to get off anyways because we're about to do the podcast. So hopefully you're all about to join for that party. Should probably go get some food first. Oh, yeah, that's what I'll do. All right, Dream Team. We'll be back on with the podcast in a bit. See you soon.